The consortium is a group of schools, public schools, high schools, or secondary schools, that use a system of assessment that is based on students' performance. We're really interested in what students know and can do. And so we have tasks which all the students do before they graduate, in order to graduate, which are a literary essay, they have to do a social science research project paper, they have to do an original science experiment, carry it out and talk about the results. They have to show what they know in math in terms of applications and proofs. And schools add on to those 4 specific tasks that are relevant to their population. All of the schools use rubrics to look at the work, and all of the tasks include not only written work or artistic work, but they also include an oral component. So students have to defend their work, the work that they've done, to a committee that includes people that are not their teachers. So, and the papers are reviewed also by committees that include other people other than their teachers. Now, teachers still give tests of their own, and they still have all kinds of requirements in terms of credits, in terms of to graduate. But the final assessment in order to graduate are these performance assessment tasks. And I would say the most important thing is that because the requirements are different than a standardized test, the teaching and the curriculum, the curriculum and instruction also changes, because it has to respond to the kinds of things that students are really interested in. In order to have this kind of assessment, it really changes the way teachers and students work, changes the way teachers design curriculum. It's much more inquiry-based. The students tend to be asking more questions. The teachers are asking more questions. Students are having to do research to support their point of view with evidence. And what happens over time is that students really take ownership of the projects that they do. So they get very committed to the work that they're doing, to the papers that they're writing, which grows out of classroom, out of courses in the school. So that you're not just adding a sort of tack on. You're not just saying, okay, well, now we'll do a performance assessment. It's the whole process of what happens in the classrooms and how that grows into a project that students will then use for their performance assessment. So if a student did a paper that, as a kind of interim assessment or a prereq, some schools call it, the teacher might say, you know, this has really got an interesting idea. You might want to think about whether this can be developed into your performance assessment. In science, the students would be doing science experiments all the way through. They'd be doing science, not just reading about science. So they'd be doing science experiments from the time they enter high school. But eventually they would do a science experiment that they design and carry out that would then be defended before a committee at the end. So it's what we're really trying to do is help students learn the skills of research and questioning and interviewing and evaluating and analyzing, so that when they get past high school, either they go to college or they go into the world of work or they become citizens in a society, they have the capacity to really think through what the issues are and what they can do, what they're able to do. And when they get to college, they know how to ask for help if they run into a problem. There's certain inherent skills that come about when you work in this way. And we think they're lifelong skills that students really need to be able to function when they leave high school.